Manson knows he's not going to get out. Manson
wouldn't want to get out, would he?
Well, in the last place he was before these murders, he was in Terminal Island Federal Prison down here next to San Pedro in Los Angeles. He was doing time for a parole violation for forging a $37 treasury check. Now, you figure for somebody to be doing time for that, he has to have a pretty bad record, and he did. Lots of car thefts. Mm-hmm. Manson was a pimp. He was convicted twice for taking women across state lines for illegal purposes. Anyway, when it came time to parole him, he said, I want to spend the rest of my life in prison. This is my home. I've grown up in prison. And they literally had to carry him to the front gate and toss him out. And, of course, the rest is history. All of these people know that their only hope of ever getting out is to be model prisoners. So
sure.
They're all model prisoners except for Manson, who's a terrible prisoner. I mean, he threatens to kill the guards. He throws hot coffee on staff members. He's been caught with a knife in his shoe. They have to keep him in a single cell because there are so many life prisoners that would want to kill him to make a reputation for themselves. I killed America's most famous criminal. Yeah. And no warden wants to get Manson killed on their watch. So, when they take him out to exercise, they take him out by himself and the yard's empty.
There are some who say, well, Charlie won. They won because they didn't get the death penalty, and he's where he wanted to be anyway.
Yeah, Charlie Manson, I don't think that it matters that much to him where he is, because he always said that he wanted to spend the rest of his life in prison, even before the murders. So, he didn't get executed. He likes being a prisoner. I think he would rather be in the general population, but that's a problem. Like when he was in Vacaville, they actually had him in the general population, and he was sweeping up in the church and doing some planting in the gardens. Well, he was in a hobby shop, and he got into a religious argument with a Hare Krishna. Now, you think of Hare Krishna, mild-mannered people. Well, the Hare Krishna threw lighter fluid on him and lit him up. And so you see Manson's face, which is okay, but if he took off his shirt, he is severely scarred on his upper body from the Hare Krishna lighting him up.
Some of them are born-again Christians, and they make a good case for themselves in that respect.
Well, you have to be very careful about that, because this was a quasi-religious cult. Remember that Charlie Manson told everybody that he was Jesus, and he would recreate for them how it felt when the nails were being driven in his hands and in his feet. And so the fact that they're born-again Christians now, I mean, who's the Jesus that they're worshiping? Because they all thought that Manson was Jesus.
It's shocking, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a shocking case, and I think that's, of course, one of the reasons why it doesn't fade in people's memory. And now the high school students read about it in their history books, and people who don't know Manson, the young people who don't really know him, they kind of fantasize about him. Oh, he was this great cult leader or whatever, but he was detestable, a detestable human being. And he played all kinds of tricks. I remember when I got on the trial, the original trial with Manson and the three girls, and I got on 2 months into the trial, I was told that Manson will try and stare you down. And he thinks that if he stares at you and he makes you blink first, that he owns your soul. And so a psychiatrist friend of mine told me that the way you can outstare somebody is you concentrate on this part, and they'll blink first. And Manson blinked first, and he was so upset that I had made him blink first. And he's, over the years, with the parole hearings and everything, he's threatened to kill me 3 times. And
did you take those threats seriously?
well, I take them seriously, but I figure that if somebody can kill a president of the United States, they can kill anybody. And so I don't let it ruin my life. I'm careful, but I don't dwell on it.